welcome back to my channel. Today we are in for a long video. Although I feel like that's kind of a trend lately on my channel, but I was hoping that would help you guys get some entertainment during some downtime. But today is going to be a rapid fire review video because yes, this is my quarterly Boxycharm review for the first quarter, January, February, and March boxes. There are so many products in front of me right now because, as you guys know, we've been doing a little bit more makeup here in this beauty space with Boxycharm. We're talking regular boxes in January and February, but then in March, 3 boxes. Lots of products to review, and I've been going through this with you guys a little bit more than usual because there is so many makeup pieces in here that you guys want to know about. I wanted to try on camera for you. So I will be having some videos linked throughout this video where I have talked about these products at length, tried them on, given you long-term wear reviews at the end of the day. So let's do a rapid fire roundup, shall we? Because there's a lot in here. Grab your drink, grab your snack, grab your husband, and let's just get in it. Actually, your husband might get bored and tired, so maybe just give him a drink and have him go to the man cave. I'm going to be brutally honest right now because, as you guys know, things are just a little different right now. So I have been reaching for things a lot in some cases. Some stuff I have not touched nearly at all. Some stuff I've retried, reworn for you. The list goes on and on. We're gonna start in January with some Skin & Co. This is a brand that I was definitely introduced to through Boxycharm. This morning I even used their Dewy Illuminating Setting Mist to kind of like mist my face down today. And this is something that I tried a lot in January when I first got it. Now keep in mind the skincare game for boxes the past, 8 months has been intense. So I have a lot of products to rotate through. And I can tell you pretty much after January, this has just kind of been put in my rotation of things to use, but I haven't used this as much as some other stuff that I'm already been using and trying to use up. Tiny house beauty space problems. I can't always just keep everything out and mix and match and everything because my vanity's small just like my house. So this is something that I can tell you I liked a lot in January. However, it wasn't great enough at that time to kind of kick everything out that I had been using because I am like halfway down through some products. So I didn't want to just have a bunch of half bottles everywhere. You know that struggle, right? Your vanity in your bathroom starts to look a little bit like a store. So I actually showed you guys in one of my intro videos all of my skincare in my bathroom vanity, and it's a decent amount considering, again, we're minimalists. So this is something I do like, and I'm pretty sure this was like crazy price. I have used it, my husband has used it. You guys know my husband loves to try the skincare, and it does have this nice exfoliation to it that isn't too harsh. I do appreciate that because you guys know I have oily, sensitive skin and I turn red really easily. This was really good. It's just also pretty big and bulky, and I'm trying to use up some of the smaller pieces, but I'm definitely keeping this and using this. This isn't getting like in a declutter for me or anything. It's just I gotta rotate the rest of my stuff, but it's good. I liked it. Let's talk about a little bit more skincare. Again, like I said, this skincare has been coming at us like it's nobody's business. So the Advent 8-hour sleeping mask, this sucker is really cha-ching cha-ching at $107. $107. I said that right. I wrote that down again because I'm still like, how is this $107? What? I have used this probably every single month, at least once or twice a month. I don't do too much like consistency with my skin as far as sleeping masks go because I am still very sensitive and still going through the changes because I've been upping my estrogen behind the scenes over here for my skincare. So my skin has been adjusting, so I don't want to overdo anything, but I have really, really enjoyed this Advent sleeping mask. You know what? I told my husband to try it, and I think maybe he did once, but I don't think he has tried it again. So I do want to hear what he says about it because you guys have actually asked me a couple of times. Make sure you let us know what Adam thinks about these too, because he usually has a different opinion than me, but sometimes we say the same thing. This 8-hour Radiance Renewal Mask I think does a really great job. I don't know if I would ever spend that kind of money on it though, but when I have done it at the end of a night and me taking off all of my face makeup and then doing my skincare routine and adding this on and going to sleep, the next morning my face is very soft and it does look noticeably radiant, vibrant. I don't want to use the word shiny because there's some negative stuff, you know, linked to that. But I think this does a pretty great job. And like I said, I've been using it more consistently than some other stuff like this. So that kind of tells you it is really nice, but I would never spend that much money. That's a lot of money. Okay, something that I did not really love too much, and you guys let me know you had a very similar feeling about it. This is the Pretty Vulgar Concealer. Mine specifically is just too dark for me, and I was really hoping that by now I would have been able to use it, but hi Quarantine, how you doing messing up my tan lines? You're doing a great job, by the way. Doing a great job of that. Mine is in the shade The Middle Ground. So I haven't really been able to use this as much as I would have liked to by now because it's too dark for me. The skin tone I wish was a little bit cooler, a little bit more neutral maybe, because it is a little bit more yellow toned as well. So I'm still sitting here going, the way this year is going, do I want to keep this concealer in my beauty space if I'm not going to be using it? But I am running out of concealers and I don't plan to purchase a lot right now during this whole downtime thing, so maybe I should keep it for the moment. But it's literally like worst case scenario for me at this moment, and I really wasn't that impressed with the formula either. I always coated it up at least 2 times, but I still didn't feel, it doesn't brighten, and I do like a brightening concealer for under my eyes, but I also just felt like you could still see some imperfections or dark circles. So this formula just wasn't my favorite. Okay, a lippy that I am wearing today, and I've told you guys I actually really liked this shade, is this Queen lippy. I have never heard of this brand. It is Q-V-E-E-N, so it's Queen, and I really like the color. I think it's so pretty. This is in the shade Thick Skin, but this, as pretty as it is, I noticed I kind of like pushed it back in my lippy caddy, and then I couldn't remember why, so I've been pulling it back out again, and it's really, really drying. Like, it's a really pretty color. It's this like corally nude with maybe a hint of some brown to it. It kind of depends on your skin tone what'll bring out each tone. It's really, really pretty, but it is drying. It is probably what Raw Beauty Christie would call butthole drying, where it's just that dry really quickly. So I've always been pairing this with a gloss, so I felt like I love the color. I wish the formula was better. I'm probably going to keep this in my rotation for a while though, because this is a beautiful spring summer color. I like a good nude lip. It's hard to get a nude lip for me from Boxycharm. I don't know what it is. They just always give me purples and bold burgundies and deep reds when I really like more of this neutral family. All right, 2 other things. I guess January's box just kind of wasn't my favorite box as I'm reviewing it right now, because I've got 2 other things here that I don't reach for, if I'm gonna be honest. And you guys know I've been doing video after video right now on my first quarter's makeup with Boxycharm because I'm really digging into it. So the Ace Beauté palette was a big letdown for me. I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. I loved the Grandiose palette that we got a couple years ago, a while back. This palette, I was like, give me the bold colors for summer. I am so excited. Yellows have been making a bigger moment. I love seeing some green in a palette. I was really just excited overall, and I picked this palette. That's what gets me, because the formula is not the same as the Grandiose palette. It just isn't. It doesn't have that same packing and blending ability. It's not nearly as smooth. There's a decent amount of fallout. Some of these shades are also kind of inconsistent. And in this moment, in this rapid fire review, I can also tell you I'm not positive this is going to stay in my beauty space for the full year. I feel like I keep trying it, and I even considered putting it on this morning because I haven't actually used it on my eyes in a couple of weeks now. I've been using other stuff, and this is just, it didn't want to. Today, it was one of those mornings where, I mean, we're kind of in the thick of quarantine right now, and I'm starting to feel it a bit more this week than I have. So I was like, you know what I'm gonna do for myself? Whatever I want with my face. So today I just did a makeup that made me feel beautiful and didn't even worry about having to use something that I may not love just because I wanted to retry it again. Didn't feel like dealing with that today, you know? Sometimes you gotta do something for you. So I didn't want to put this on today. That's not a great sign for the future for this beauty space. Stay tuned, because you know I'm not afraid of a declutter. I'm not. And I think I've already kind of just let you guys know this is going to be given away. I don't know when and I don't know to who, but this is the Too Faced Diamond Light. Beautiful, packaged, but kind of bulky highlighter. I'm a little bitter about this, mostly because the Nichole from like 2017, 2018, when was this going around online? You know when, because you all remember seeing it, and you were all also probably like, oh, that looks so pretty, but why is it so pricey? So the thing about this is I've tried this several times and it swatches gorgeously, but this is why swatches can be deceiving. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it with the lighting I got going today, but I have a good amount on my finger and just put it here on my hand. And it's a purpley pinkish tone. It's a little warm for me, a little dark. But the bigger issue, honestly, is it took me 4 or 5 coats to get anywhere near being able to see it on my face, or even like enjoy that light, that highlight, because I'm not a subtle highlight girl. And if I am, I've got some other stuff in here that kind of blends better with my skin tone that isn't more of a purple hue. This one for me, I think I've just already written it off maybe a month or 2 ago that I was like, I don't need this. I know it's so fresh. Somebody else might really enjoy having it and loving it. So, and then, you know, the world kind of changed, so I haven't been able to figure out who to gift stuff to, but this one is more than likely decluttered. And the packaging, why is everything got to be so bulky? That's honestly the other thing. If it was an amazing product that I just couldn't live without, you know, I would make it work. But if I'm already struggling with it, I don't enjoy the color as much. I have some other things that are purplish that I don't need so many purples. I don't wear that many purples on my face for highlight. I'd rather give than receive some days, you know, and that's good. All right, January, done, rapid fire. February, let's jump in. I still love, and I'm almost out of the First Aid Beauty Advanced Radiance little pads here. And yes, they were on the Ulta 21-day sale. I even had it in my calendar, in my computer, to remind myself to get it. And then it was another busy day in quarantine and I forgot and didn't get that notification while I was working my booty off. So I missed it, but I may have some other things on the way to hopefully replace this. Stay tuned for that. Be subscribed so you don't miss out on what I'm talking about. I like these a lot. I can understand the hype behind them. When I looked into these originally when we got them, apparently these are like that brand's like cult following favorite. So I was so excited to get these and I can't believe how quickly I did go through them. Even when sometimes I took your tips and like cut them in half and stuff to use them, but they're good. I like them and recommend them. If these came in a pop-up, I would be buying them. All right, we got some stuff in this month that I feel like I might be a little sassy about. So, you know, let's just have some fun. The Active Concentrates from Somerville, the Biomimicking Peptide Serum. I have been using this consistently for weeks on end now, and I am going to say, as a buffer, that it could be that I am really just like everybody else. I'm human. I'm stressed. Right now, this is a stressful time. So even though I do try to look at the bright side and light side of things, I know that my skin is taking a toll during this time. I am trying to do extra skin masks right now and give myself extra love as far as pampering goes. You may have seen me talk about that on my Instagram, and if you don't follow me there, you can follow me right here so you don't miss out on the behind the scenes goodies. But honestly, I just think this one has not been as good for my skin as another Boxycharm product I got last year, which is the Kypris. This is a radiant antioxidant dew. It's a glowy serum. But I also just think I have been going back to, like, the past week, my Peach and Lily Glass serum I got from Boxycharm like a year ago. Simply because right now my skin is acting out. I'm getting breakouts. Now, it could be because a few things. One, I'm really stressed out with what's going on in the world. Busier times for me currently. But also, I'm on a higher dose of estrogen. I'm kind of up to 2 milligrams of estrogen right now because I am pretty young to be going through menopause. So that's just a way to balance out and help me internally. But my skin is making a moment notice. It's like going through a little bit of puberty 2.0 as a grown-up. So I just kind of was wanting to go back to stuff that I knew my skin looked good with. And right now, this wasn't cutting it for me. It's not bad, but it's just not been as good as some other stuff, and my skin is acting out. So I gotta do some more digging and investigating, and that's fine. I actually had to find this morning because maybe I found it in the trash can after one of my last videos because I was angry and frustrated about it. But then we all had a good laugh about it in the comments, so that was fun. Let's talk about Becca Foundation.
One more time, don't demonetize me, YouTube. I can't sing that song well, so you can't demonetize me.
We're just gonna call it the ultimate thick-ass foundation that comes out yellow. It is beautiful for certain skin tones. Some of you have said, I'm so sorry you can't make this work because this is stunning on my skin and it's my new holy grail. I am so happy for some people that this is working because it sounds cool. It sounds great. But for us, oily skin sisters with pores, sensitive skin, a little crazy skin, some adult acne, all the things. It's just not working, and that's perfectly okay. I was just really mad at it that day, so I may have chucked it, but I am gonna figure out what to do with this. Oh, Alamar. These brushes are, I do still wish that the handles were a bit heavier or a little bit more substantial, because I am worried that, like, at one point in the future, this part here where they meet might kick the dust. I don't know. It may not happen, but I have really been enjoying these brushes. This one I've been loving to use for powders and bronzers. This one is great for any type of powder, and this I love to use for under the eyes to maybe do some cleanup, down the nose. I really like the Alamar brushes. I think the quality in the bristles and the softness and the pliability of them all, where they just move easily on your skin without dragging, they're great. They're a little lightweight, but it doesn't bother me too much. It's just something you notice when you're using other brushes with them. So sometimes you may need to put a little bit more force into them because they are lighter. Keep that in mind. Some people don't really realize when you have maybe a more substantial brush, you can go lighter with your application or put your hand back here at the back of the brush so it doesn't go too ham. Whereas this is the opposite. You maybe want to have your hand up here where that joint meets so you get the right amount of pressure on your face and makeup application versus back here. Just food for thought, makeup wise. Okay, this powder just hasn't impressed me, but it's not bad. I just haven't been wowed by it like I have been other loose powders. And if you're not a powder person, you may be like, it's a powder. Like, you can't really get impressed with a powder, can you? You can. I have had other powders that have really like made me go, whoa, my skin looks flawless. Whoa, that coverage is beautiful. Oh, the end result is stunning. This one just is like, I could use it or not use it. It's fine. It's the Ciate Everyday Vacay powder. It's fine. It's not great. It's not anything to write home about. It's not something I will be repurchasing. It does have a tint of a white cast to it. It's just okay. It's not my favorite. I have others. Will this last the whole test of time? I think I'll probably use this up a bit more this year, but I don't know if I'll like get to the bottom and like even want to use it for that long maybe. I don't know. I don't find myself using this hardly at all. I'm trying to use up other stuff in my collection too, so And the wipes. I have to tell you, I still have listed here these Evio Skin Aurora Refreshing Cleansing Hemp Wipes. They are $10 for 15 of these. I think I just can't get past that because that just aggravates me. Wipes also aren't the most economical or the most, you know, environmentally friendly, so I know a lot of people don't purchase these kind of anyway anymore, but I know that some YouTubers and some other people that are in the trade really do need wipes because it's just more efficient and sanitary, so I totally get it. I have liked using these. The first time I ever had to use one was with this thick sister of a foundation. You know how I feel about this Becca. So I had to take this off immediately, so this wipe was amazing for that. I think the wipes are great. I just think the price makes me get mad at it. And that might be also why I have this thing where if I think it's expensive, but I like it, I want to save it instead of use it. So I think I've only used this like 3 times, but I need to just go ahead and use these up because I'm starting to forget about them because they're not top of mind anymore. So they're a good product. They're just crazy pricey in my mind, and I'm not going to be repurchasing it. And it's going to go away before the next review I even do, you know? Feels a little disposable in a way. Okay, now this is the reason we have to do the rapid fire video today, because now I'm getting into March where I had the very edgy boxes, and there was 3, including the Fenty box, lots of products. I'm going to be linking a bunch of videos probably up below because I've done a lot of eye looks with all of the palettes that I'm going to be talking about. Something I made sure to try for you before today, so therefore this means I've only used this once, and it was on a weekend where I didn't see anybody because #quarantine life. This is the Sutra Hair Wand Curler. So I actually really liked this. I can tell you, as a wavy hair, curly haired skin girl naturally, you don't see me like this a ton because sometimes it's easier to blow dry my hair, especially in humid Florida. But my hair is naturally wavy curly. So I don't always need a curling iron because my hair does, well, whatever it wants 90% of the time. But I was really impressed with this wand. I like that it had this little lip here, so when I want to set it down on the vanity, it's not like sitting on anything. But I do prefer to use something like this, not in a beauty space where my desk is, you know, like IKEA Alex drawer material. I do use it in the bathroom where we have stone on our vanity because, you know, heat, I thought this was pretty nice. I was able to do like tight ringlets because of the barrel being so small. You just kind of like wrap your hair around it. And if you're not sure how to use it, you just hold it here for a little bit. And depending on how long you hold it here, really depends on the type of curl you get. So when I held it for a long amount of time and let it go like that, it then gave me ringlets because my hair curls very, very easily. Now, if I wanted to be more wavy, I chose a bigger chunk of hair, wrapped it around the wand, held it a little looser, and actually ran it up and down and then let it go. So it was more of a loose, wavy curl. So maybe keep that in mind if you don't like the ringlet look that I feel like I was getting by doing the normal wrap it, hold it for 10 seconds, 15 seconds, whatever you want, and then let go. It was a little too tight of a curl for me, so I liked it a little bit looser, so I just did that method instead. And it worked really well. I kind of did it a little bit around my head just for like touch-ups, but I can see something small like this not working for my full head of hair because I actually have a lot of hair, and that would take that'd be a whole arm workout, and I feel like, yeah, that'd be a 2-for-1 deal where I wouldn't have to go to the gym that day, but you know, your arms are gonna fall off and you're gonna be useless the rest of the day. So I don't think I could do my whole head with this, but as far as like touch-up waves go, or a fast, easy wave when you're doing that looser thing, I could see that maybe in the summer. But I liked this a lot, and I thought it was pretty good quality considering I wasn't sure what to expect. Okay, so the Pharmacy Very Cherry Clean Melt Away is awesome. I really like this stuff. I liked the green clean that we got that was very similar to this, but I like that this is bigger and it has a spatula. So you can just dip out the product and get off a red lip, a seriously lined wing. You know, like you could get all the makeup off with this, then go to a nice cleanse afterwards, put on a face mask, take care of you. That sounds really nice. I may do that again tonight. So I really have been loving this, but I have used something very similar before and loved it then. Had told you I wanted to repurchase something like that. I was thinking the green clean, but when this came to my door, I was like, I'll take it. Fine, beautiful, and it's in a bigger tub. Thank you, Boxycharm. I've not been using this as much. I think this came in my Boxy Luxe. It's got my hair stuff on it. I'm sorry, it was sitting next to my hairbrush. Don't judge me. This is the PMD Beauty Cleansing Device. It's got a little base here that you can sit it in. I just kind of like leave it on since I leave this in my bathroom. I honestly haven't used this a ton. I have used this, I don't know, I think I used it for like a couple of weeks in a row. But then quarantine really hit and I started getting lazy with my nighttime routine, and some days I'm not even wearing a full face of makeup, so I'm just kind of like doing a basic wash where I don't want to do too much with this. But now that I'm kind of like trying to get myself back into the groove a little bit, I think that this might actually be nice to pair with, well, just about any kind of skincare you got going. And to really get in there, I think I could really use a nice like abrasive clean. You could use this with any type of skincare, including exfoliants and stuff, but just be mindful if you have sensitive skin not to press too hard. I do like this. I've had something like this before in a mini version, so it's kind of nice to have one that has a wand, so I feel like my whole hand isn't getting soaked when I do this. I like it. It's cool. It's just like a tool asset to have. It's not something I think of on the daily to use, but it's great. I almost forgot about this one, but I used this a lot when we first got it. This is the Becca Glo Gloss, and I called this Pepto-Bismol Pink because doesn't this look like a vial of Pepto-Bismol? A little bit, it kind of does. I'm not wearing it today because a bold pink wasn't gonna go with the more neutral look I had going today, and that's all right. But it is a really nice gloss. I didn't think I was gonna like this, but it kind of comes off of this like paler wash of pink gloss on your lips. So if you have something that's kind of nude, put this on top. I still think it smells like a Thin Mint. Cookies. Give me all the cookies. I actually really like this, and I was like, looking at my list of things to review, and I was like, where is that? I forgot about it. I thought I left it in a purse, but it was actually like moved to the back because I was trying other lippies for these trial runs for you and reviews. I do like this though, and I want to pull this up forward to use it more this spring and summer because I'm gonna make my face and excitement for spring overshadow any other crap going on in the world because I need that for my mental health right now. Pink lips are coming. The Sol de Janeiro Bum Bum Cream, and this one over here is the Coco Cabana Cream. I've definitely used more of the Bum Bum Cream. I actually have it on my legs today. Smells like a beach, and it's just these small little guys, so I do tend to kind of like just keep them in my smaller drawer right in front of me that's holding a lot of my skincare I've been getting the past year and a half. I have dipped into this guy too, the cocoa one, but it's definitely not a scent I love as much. So it's just kind of like, you know, after the shower, after shaving your legs, toss on a little bit of that. Or, you know, we've been inside more, so I've just been kind of like doing a little bit of lotion and stuff. But these are good. These are great. They're really small though. I'm going to save some of the eyeshadow palettes for the end, so let's talk about Fenty. So real talk, have not even taken out of the box the blotting papers. I'm an oily skin girl, yes, and I think I will use these this year, especially in the summer. This is like the perfect travel size for a handbag. It's got a mirror in it. It's going to be great for summer when I can leave my freaking house. But for the meantime, who's blotting and for what reason? So I'm just going to hang on to these and enjoy them when I can leave my house. The Fenty highlighter in Trophy Wife. Again, we did not know then when we got these things, what we know now. I was saying how much I was going to be really excited to try some of this in these summer and spring looks as I'm going out and kind of seeing how things play out in natural sunlight, all these things, put this on my eyes. Then quarantine hit, and I haven't been able to actually utilize things like this in the ways that I had planned to, that we talked about. So I have been kind of messing with it, but honestly, if I'm going to be using a highlighter on my face, I've just been using stuff that's more of a natural color for me. Is that going to be the theme throughout the summer once we can finally leave our houses? I bet I will try this, but again, quarantine, I haven't had much of a use for something like this, but the formula is great. The only drawback I'm ever going to see with this is the color, because hi gold, how you doing? It's not even like a subtle gold that washes down. It's a gold member kind of gold. Austin Powers gold member. Like, ooh. It looks really pretty though, and I definitely want to try to use this, but it's more going to be used when I'm out of quarantine. That's real talk. And this guy, I want to love this. I just really wish I got it in another color because everything was gold in this. This is the Fenty Beauty Matchsticks. This is in the shade Blonde, and by blonde we mean gold. So it's like I've got gold coming out my nose. It's a metallic-y, shiny gold. That's more of a powdered down gold. I kind of wiped it a little bit, I think, but you know, you get the gist. We're talking more gold here. There's only so much gold I even like. I don't even wear a lot of gold jewelry. So it's one of those things where you're like, okay, where could I wear this? This could go good on, you know, the upper cheekbones, could go good on the eyes, but I haven't had a chance to use it because quarantine life. I've tried some stuff here at home and they're okay, but this one I'm just worried. I'm like, am I gonna not use this as much? Is this gonna get moved around in that makeup drawer and then it just needs to be decluttered? We're gonna find out this year. We're gonna find out. The Gloss Bomb though, I'm wearing it today. I've been wearing it a lot. This is the lippy I have on today, that Queen shade with this on top of it. I have been loving this gloss in general. When it first goes on, it does look diamondy intense, hence the name. This is the Diamond Milk Gloss Bomb. But then it starts to wear down into what you're seeing. It's just more this juicy, wet, summer goddess little glowy lip, and I'm loving it. So for me, this is a huge win for this whole box, and I'm sure this was pricey. Hi Fenty, how you doing? So I love having this, and I am curious about other shades because there is like, you can see some of the gloss. So this has me intrigued and I am really loving this, and I have been using this even in quarantine, sitting here at home working on my laptop. Also for a lippy, and I have paired these two as sisters, this is the Fenty lippy in the shade Single. This is also a shade I'm so glad I got because now I'm finally starting to get colors and lip shades that I like from Boxycharm, and clearly these two are very similar but different, and I like the color. I love a good creamy, maybe a tad orange toned coral nude family lip. I have worn this with the Gloss Bomb, without the Gloss Bomb. It's a super comfortable formula. It's kind of cute how tiny it is. It was a little annoying at first how small it was, but now I could be like, yeah, I can just toss this even in my tiniest of purses, not take up a lot of room, and go. And it has a good lastability. It doesn't last all day, but it lasts a good amount of time, and I've really enjoyed using it. Fenty Beauty Moroccan Spice Eyeshadow Palette. You guys have seen me use this in previous videos. Again, check out the playlist that I'm linking above. Oh my gosh, but it is hard to open, like I need an adult every time. I have now dived into so many of these shades. The blues, the neutrals, the shimmers, the gold tones on camera with you. I've tried them on and they're really nice. Yes, there is some fallout. Yeah, they're a little powdery, but this is great for building an eye look. This is great for layering. This has a lot of great things about it. Is it my favorite palette I got that month? No. But is it the second favorite? Yes. I really enjoyed using this and I have kept this in my rotation of palettes. As you guys saw while I was using a lot of these makeups, trying to figure out how I felt because I knew this video was coming and there's lots of makeup to talk about. I do like this. It has me curious about some of her other eyeshadow palettes. And this one is not that pricey. So if you did not get the Fenty premium box, I think this was like what, 30 bucks or something like that. Like I was surprised for the quality and the packaging that it was like not that expensive considering. Now if you're not buying makeup at all, cha-ching, cha-ching, it's all pricey. But I even liked the story, like the color story with this, because I felt like it was really unique to anything else I had in my collection. So it's fun to play with, and I got excited every morning to play with all these eyeshadow palettes I'm talking about. But you guys know that if you've been watching. Okay, so that kind of wraps up the Fenty box. I got 2 more eyeshadow palettes to talk about. This one was my favorite. This is the Tardis Pro Remix, and I almost didn't pick this. This was my choice for one of my base boxes, and was it my base box or Boxy Luxe? At this point, the world has evolved and changed, and I don't know anything anymore. I just know about makeup. I like this a lot. This, when I looked at the reviews online before I got it, I was like, ooh, they're comparing it to some stuff that I really always was curious about but didn't pull the trigger on. So when they were saying, like anyone that was reviewing it, that's who I'm talking about when I say they there, we're comparing this to so many other palettes that I thought were beautiful that I was like, yes, let me just try it. I'm into it. And I've really, really liked it. I have used full eye looks with this in intros of videos, other videos that I have played around with. I think this is great. For me, this is a fun palette, and it gets me excited to do makeup. And sometimes during these times, we need something to excite us, to get us going in our day. Even if you're just sitting at home, even if you're just helping homeschool the kids, even if you're just trying to figure out even a silly workout routine, whatever you want to do, putting on a little something in the morning to make you feel your best is going to probably motivate you more than you think to do those things, to maybe feel a little bit more like a little bit of a boss bitch, where you can just be like, yeah, I got this. I got this today. Every day is different, but today, I got today. That's why I keep doing makeup, to make me feel like, I got this. Loving this palette, and yes, that makes me think of it. I like it. And the packaging is so much fun, and it kind of been matching my nails lately, because quarantine life, we're just doing the best we can. All right, the Hello Charmer box the Hello Charmer palette is the one thing that I'm just like, I really liked it in the beginning when I was marrying it with all of these other palettes, because I got like 4 palettes at one time. I was really trying to use them all. And so the shades that I did go into at first were really good. And I was like, guys, Boxycharm has their own makeup now, and it's actually good. It's awesome. I'm excited for them. Yes, please. Then, as you guys know, I started delving into a few more of the shades. Some of you had asked for some colorful looks, so I did some intro, like fast get readies with me's with all these palettes. This was one of them, and this one kind of disappointed me after using it even more. I let you know the shade Full Size looks different in the pan, swatches different on your finger. On the eye, it looks a lot chunkier. This does have a decent amount of fallout in general. I love the shades Cup of Joe, Pop Up, Premium, Sneak Peek, Exclusive, Spoiler. I think I liked Luxe too. Charmer was pretty good as well, but not, it had its moments. So this is kind of a hit or miss palette with me, but I've definitely delved into it. You know, I jumped into this jelly one like right away, which still shocks me. I only dipped into it lightly, so lightly. It's already like, boom, how you doing, sparkles? But I know some of you don't like sparkles. I get that. Pretend that one's not there if you need to. It's an okay palette. Will it last the test of time? Only time will tell. But I like this more than this, I think, in this moment, in this rapid fire. If I had to say something, I think I like this a little bit more than this, actually. But, you know, time will tell. Well, maybe I don't. I don't know. I'd have to compare them, and I'm not in the mood right now. This is okay, but I definitely got overshadowed by this one. and this one, and I had options that month, so it was easier to compare, you know what I'm saying? For being their first product though, at least the first one that I recognize as being their product, I'm not hating it. I feel like they will learn and grow on that, and I'm curious to see what else they come out with, and I'm hoping they take feedback, kind of learn from stuff, because I'm sure people have been reviewing it and giving them positive and mixed reviews. So we shall see what happens with the Boxycharm makeup. But guys, this was a rapid fire, fast Boxycharm quarterly review because, oh my gosh, this was a lot of boxes if you think about it. This was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-ish boxes here. A little bit of mixed and matched of everything between my PR boxes that I get gifted to me from Boxycharm, the ones I pay for, the Fenty, the premium that I pay for, oh my gosh, and the Boxy Luxe that I pay for. All the boxes, all the things. This was a lot of fun to go through, and I feel like because I gave myself enough time, I could do a rapid fire considering how many products we're getting, and they're only getting more and more as we go through this with Boxycharm. I'm mostly pleased with things I'm seeing on my vanity though, because I have been excited to do my makeup during this whole thing, and that is thanks to some really nice products that we have been getting from Boxycharm. And yeah, I can't say that they knock it out of the park every time, but I'm able to pick up something from every single month that I've gotten a box and be like, this was worth the box. The box is $25 a month for the base, you know, and then the other ones you're like a little bit pricier. So you really have to figure out what works for you. Because I know some of you are having a love-hate relationship right now with subscription boxes, Boxycharm themselves, all the things. I'm seeing some of you be frustrated about it. So I get it. For me, this is just me talking. I do go through stuff like this to review. Man, that was really good. I need to go back to that. These two, really good. And then I can gift away stuff that maybe doesn't bring me so much joy, but I know other people are gonna be super excited about, especially during times like this. I like to gift to people when it's like a really tough time, because if I'm lifting your spirits, it's lifting my spirits, and then it's infectious, you know what I mean? Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you happen to be new to my loud, weird, crazy, unique channel, hi new friends, I hope you take a quick moment to hit that subscribe button down below so you don't miss out on all of these fun, loud, getting weirder by the day videos that I do every single week. I love you guys, stay safe. Bye friends.